Hey, you guys. Good morning. This is Aisha, and you are tuned into Too True for You. This is not a word. This is just us talking. I have some questions, and if some of you can just put some answers in the comment box, I would greatly appreciate it. I've gave you guys a little bit of my story, but when you are walking on God's side or trying to walk on God's side, things don't go right for you because other people always try to make it hard for you. And ever since I can remember, when I was smoking weed and drinking a lot, things were a distraction. Those were a distraction for me, and I was blinded by a lot of things. That's things that I thought, or the people that I thought were helping me. It turned out to be that it was not even help. It was it was in the form of them just trying to see okay, I'm going to start it off like this. A lot of black magic and witchcraft has been done on me, and my family has a big part to do with that, as well as the other people that have been involved, that they got involved. When I tell you, when God has a purpose for your life and other people are shown your life, they tend to want to try to tear you down so they can do a destiny transfer, or they want to I've been learning a lot of the words unalive you, like in other forms. When they try to unalive you, they try to make you like want to commit suicide, do things so they don't look like they have their hand in it. um I've been looking at one girl, and she said that she has gotten a court case started for the people that have done witchcraft on her. But my question is in order for people to believe you, what do you have to do if you don't have the physical proof with you, but you know that these things are being done, you know the people that are doing it. I kid you not, everywhere I've been, jobs, it doesn't even matter. I've had people go into these jobs telling these people that I'm doing this and this, that I'm a witch, and then these people start doing witchcraft on me and turning against me. I worked at a job in Phoenix, and I've had quite a few jobs just because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I was under witchcraft spells. I didn't know that they were doing witchcraft on me, so I kept switching jobs, thinking it was me. But then I started realizing more when I started isolating myself this past year. I started realizing that it was people putting spells on me. I didn't even know witchcraft existed. I was too busy drinking and smoking, not learning this stuff, and I wasn't taught it growing up. So, um everywhere I go now, because I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes my own light is too bright for me. And I asked God a few times, why was I the chosen one? Why was I chosen to do this? But then I stopped asking that question, because in the end, it's gonna be the biggest blessing that I've ever encountered in my life. It started, I started noticing things when I was living in my apartment complex with my daughter in Phoenix. I'm not gonna give that name out of the apartment complex, but I was on housing, Phoenix housing. It started there. I thought everything was all good when I moved in there, and I thought the people were good. And then they started turning against me. I started seeing a lot of arguing and stuff, and just different stuff. And I didn't know that arguing is a way to send spirits. I didn't know walking past a person's door was a way to send spirits at that time. I didn't know even eating the food that someone cooks for you is a way to transfer spirits. I wasn't taught any of this. So I do remember eating one lady's food. She had made some oatmeal, and it was salty. And I'm like, I didn't understand why. I'm like, oatmeal is not salty. But I did notice that my brother started acting a little weird too after he ate it. And it was just, they kept just trying. Every time I smoked weed after these people, my life started going downhill. The more I hung out with them, I started losing money, I started losing sleep, I started losing peace. The relationship that I thought was going to be good, I even lost that. And this is somebody that at that time I mean I still am, but at that time I was in love with this person. Like I was in love with him. I would do anything for him. It even got to the point where I was with him when he had another girl. I mean, I kind of guessed it, but then I really didn't understand. I didn't know. But he even started changing towards me, and I didn't realize. One day I asked him, and I kind of felt like I pushed him away. I ran him away with the question. I asked him, did he do witchcraft? And he never came back after that. So it was funny to me. But yeah, I started seeing like different Jezebel spirits, the Jezebel spirits of these women trying to rub up against him when me and him were outside talking. It was a lot. It was dreams being sent to me by family members saying that they messed around, him and her, him and one of my sisters messed around, and all that, and it was just a lot. God was confirming a lot to me, but I really didn't know what to do with the confirmations because I didn't know they were confirmations. I just thought they were people sending these random dreams. But to make a long story short, the manager, they've switched out managers multiple times within the 3 years while I were there, multiple times. So I was on Section 8, remind you, and the manager, her name was Kim. She winded up coming to me telling me that I had to pay 500 or something dollars for rent, and this was around Christmas time. I moved in 2019. Yeah, this was around 2019. I gave her the 500 something dollars, and then I winded up getting a letter stating I didn't have to pay rent. She knew this, and she still took the 500 something dollars from me. So when I went to go ask her for the 500 and something back, she said it was going to take her 3 weeks to get me my money back when she wasn't supposed to even take it out of my hands in the first place. I kid you not, the mailmen were against me. They were giving my mail to other occupants, my credit cards, my debit cards. I would order credit cards, and I would not even get my stuff because people were claiming that they were me. My ID had winded up coming up missing over there. It was just a lot. I even had to switch my mail. Maintenance was going into my apartment without my consent. They were doing spells on my camera so that when my camera would glitch and stuff, like you can literally do spells on anything. It does not matter what it is. You can literally do spells on anything. So I wanted to switching my mail to a UPS. They even took it upon themselves to go to the UPS to tell the people at the UPS to hold my mail. Like it got that serious. They took it upon themselves to go tell them to hold my mail. So I had a vehicle. It was paid off. It was a Chevy Suburban. And everybody was just, that's all they constantly talked about was my truck, my truck, my truck. So I wound up getting a loan the first time to get me into the apartment. The second time, my mother asked me if I could help her. So I helped her and refinance the loan. She stated she was going to help me pay that loan back, and she helped me with a few times because she needed help from me to go get my children from school when she couldn't, but she never helped me besides that with not one payment. And I started getting behind because, as I said, I was under the witchcraft spells that people were sending to me. So I kept switching jobs, and I've been able to even get like a second or a third check. It was rough, you guys. It was so rough. It was rough. I didn't know that the people in this world were this evil. So I kept switching jobs. I've had jobs from Circle K to Amazon. I've had some really good jobs that were paying me good. I was a chef as well at the airport. I used to work at the airport, and I was under a lot of witchcraft. Even when I got to the airport, they were doing the same thing to me. Um, the crazy part is I lost my truck, and once that happened, they started making plots and plans for me to lose my apartment as well. They were trying to humiliate me, doing spirit humiliation rituals. So they would put these the letters on my door, and the neighbors would take the letters off my door and then put them back up like a few days later. So I winded up emailing one of my caseworkers because they kept switching caseworkers as well. They kept switching my caseworkers. I emailed one of my caseworkers. She was replying back to me. I even sent her my the documents she needed for me to renew my Section 8. I sent her the documents 2 weeks prior before they even sent me an eviction letter. I kid you guys not. When I got this letter, they stated that I was behind $4,000. So the thing is, the office did not tell me that they had already put me out 3 months prior. They let me stay there for 3 months extra, did not tell me that they put me out, and they let me get backed up on the payments. I do not know who to talk to about that, but I do have the documents. I have the information of me doing this all on time. I just need somebody to lead me to the right person so I God is giving me justice, but if I keep my mouth closed, you never know. I think they've also done it to a lot of other people there. The ones that they thought were stupid, they were trying to get over on them. So eventually, they waited till I left my apartment with my daughter, but I had the camera working in, and I wound up looking on the camera. God told me to look at my camera. So I was wondering why the bus didn't come. The bus was late, and everything happens for a reason. So I looked on the camera, and I saw the sheriffs at the door opening the door. The maintenance were changing the door. Remind you, I said the maintenance were against me as well. So when I got back to the apartment, I ran back to the apartment. Everybody knew, everybody, because the management would tell everybody in the apartments, my business, they would tell them everything before I even knew anything. They would be knowing weeks prior before I knew anything. So when I got back to the apartment, the constable, he felt so bad. He said he had to do his job, but he wished he didn't have to. He told me that I could take what I could carry, so I got what I could carry. I called my mom, and the funny part is I didn't know where I was gonna go. Um, the thing is, I was about to start staying away from everybody so I can get closer to God, so I can see, so He can start showing me the things that I needed to be shown. And everybody knew that. They felt it. They felt it. Like I said, God shows people your life before He shows you anything about your life. And they knew it. So it's like my mom got a satisfaction out of me calling her. She got satisfaction out of me calling her, asking her for help. And it's like the feeling that I felt when I got this is the time my brother was in the hospital. He got shot, and he's paralyzed currently from the waist down. And just a reminder for those that are doing witchcraft or black magic on others, be aware that it does not have to hit you back. It can hit back somebody that you love. It does not have to hit you back. So be careful when you are doing that stuff. Yes, the devil is promising people all these things, but I promise you, you might get some of the stuff the devil is promising you with the witchcraft. But best believe, if a person that you are doing witchcraft on is not bothering you, doing nothing to you, just living their life plainly, doesn't even have to be an angel. You're going to get God's wrath, and that's those curses and that voodoo witchcraft that you have sent out upon them other people. It's going to hit you or somebody that you love back. So going back to my brother, he was he got shot in January, and he was in and out of the hospital, in and out of the hospital. His story, whenever he gets the time, he can tell you a story. I don't want to tell you a story because this is about what I'm going through, and I just wanted to get out my part. But yeah, when I got up to the hospital, there was a couple of family members there. I felt so uncomfortable. I kid you not, I did not feel comfortable at all because I knew that's where my family wanted me to be, in an uncomfortable state so they can tear me down more and more and more. So eventually I wound up going to my mom's house, and it got so much worse. When I thought it was going to get better, it got so much worse. I saw the signs of her doing witchcraft on me. She even had gotten my kids involved in it. My dad, he tried to hide it, but God just recently showed me him as being involved in it as well. My brother, my sister's husbands and boyfriends, whatever. Yeah, but my nieces and my nephews, like my cousins, they all were involved. But when I moved to my mother's house, it kind of broke me down. Which I knew that's what they were trying to do. It got to the point they were, I believe at one point in time that there was some spray sprayed. My mom knows that I like peanuts, so there was some spray or something sprayed on the peanuts. Um, God told me, don't put the entire thing in your mouth, just lick it. And I licked it. At this time, I couldn't hear God like that. I couldn't hear God like that. All I heard, so let me switch it up. All I heard was no at that time. But I didn't know that people can also be speaking to you spiritually in your mind as well. And you were thinking it's God, but it could be other people. That's why a lot of people make the wrong choices in their lifetime. But my mother, it was some spray sprayed on the peanut, and I licked it, and I started feeling dizzy. I almost passed out, but I started praying and I rebuked it. So my daughter, my 5-year-old, she loved, my kids knew every single thing that was going on, but they kept it a secret because they were being bribed money to come up against me. It's a hurtful thing because those are my kids, and for my mom and my dad and my family to put my kids up against me, that is a hurtful thing. By the way, yeah, that's the most important part. I lost my kids to DCS because my family members had set me up. They set me up, and I lost my kids. So this time around, when God gave me a second chance with my daughter Genesis, I knew to keep a close eye on her. It started getting so bad at my mom's, like that my older sister would come over there and she would start trying to fight me. She punched me in my stomach when I was pregnant, 8 months pregnant with my daughter. And it went off of the words of, she called me something and I called her a hoe, and then she got really really upset and she started fighting me. So when I called the cops, my mother got mad at me for calling the cops on her, but she didn't say anything to my sister. A while back when we were younger, my older sister made a comment out of her mouth stating she wished that we were never born. So ever since then, I had kept that in the back of my mind, and to find out she really meant that. She meant that. My older sister, she wanted to be the only child. Um, but back to me going to my mom's house. I do this side job. It's not even a side job. It's my job. And that's the other thing. People know that I'm a hard worker, so they try to make it look like I'm something that I'm not. Um, they even got my ex-boyfriend to go against me as well. I've lost a lot of people in my life. My mom ended up getting another vehicle, and they were even putting spells on the vehicle, like leaving their spirits in the vehicle for when I drive it, for me to get into car accidents and everything. So I started driving her vehicle so I can do my job, and they knew that that was the way I was getting money. Besides my daughter's dad doing child support, and he's even going way down from what he's supposed to give. So he's at $50, giving $50 and stuff. So he's as well on their side as well. But my mom knew that her vehicle was the only vehicle in the house that I could use to get to this job. She would make it a point to have my kids go with me, and even sometimes I would just offer, but they would be on the phone. You can send spirits through phones as well, you guys. Spirits can be sent through phones, but they would be on the phone, and all of a sudden I started noticing. I started testing it out first, to see if it was really what I thought it was before I accused anybody, because my family members keep saying that I'm crazy, that I'm delusional, that it's all in my head. But for a person that does not drink or smoke, how is it all in your head when you are clear up there, when you're seeing this stuff actually happening to you? So my mom, I started testing it out. When I didn't take my daughter with me, they think that I have favorites. So I would always take my daughter Ayana. My son is very, very, very hyper. So you can't take him on the type of job that I have. And then also with them sending hunger spirits, I was spending more money than I was making. So I would take my daughter with me to go do these jobs. And I noticed that my money was getting shorter. I also noticed that things were not working out. My app would start glitching, my app would stop working. But as soon as I stopped taking her with me, and I'm no way, shape, or form am I blaming my kids for nothing. It is the adults that I am blaming. It is the adults. So once I stopped taking my daughter with me, My stuff worked perfectly fine. I was even saving gas. I could do like about 10 trips without having to put gas in the car. But every time that I took one of them, I would be spending money. I would be having to put gas every 2 or 3 trips. And that's when I started noticing. The main thing that I noticed was that my mom was into witchcraft, and that God had popped this back up into my head was her ex-boyfriend that she used to be with. He had a spell book in her room. It was a spell book in her room, and it was on love. So that's what really made me understand that there was witchcraft going on. Then it's a thing that they always have to light candles, and then it's this weird smell that used to come out of her room. And I kid you not, when I started noticing that the spirits weren't affecting me anymore, because once my older sister sent my daughter these text messages stating, and I still have the text messages till this day because I will never forget what she said. Out of nowhere, that's how I know these spirits were messing with their minds. Out of nowhere, she sent in the text, "Tell your mom if I ever see her feeding Genesis half of anything, then I'm calling DCS on her." So that is where the red flag came up. She's was always, they were, my mom and them, they love to bring treats and stuff in quotation marks for the kids. So once I knew that, they knew that I was always letting my daughter, "Hey, yeah, go ahead and go take this." Once my sister sent that text message, a red flag went up, and I stopped my daughter from eating anything that they brought into that house. I had to. I had to stop her from eating anything they brought in there, because once she said if she catches her eating, I don't give my daughter things. I give her food to eat. But my older sister kept bringing in small treats, and then it's like they put a spirit on my daughter to keep going in the room. So I even stopped my daughter from going in the room. If I was not around her, she was not allowed to be around them. I stopped it. Then my mom started turning it into, "Oh, you don't even want your own daughter around their own sisters and brothers," trying to flip it on me. Do you guys not? It hurt. It hurt me for my family to treat me the way that they were treating me. And it started getting worse and worse and worse. It started getting so worse. It got to the point where she even told me I had to put my clothes in the garage. I couldn't keep my clothes in the house anymore. It got bad. It got bad to the point where she told me I had to leave with my daughter, and she gave me a time limit, knowing I had nowhere to go. And she gave me a time limit and told me I had to go. You guys, it hurts so bad for my own family to treat me like how they're treating me, and then I have to come out and for other people to treat me the same way. I'm still going through the witchcraft. I'm still going through the spells. The way people can do spells are by pictures. They have to have something of yours. And I kid you not, everywhere I go, something of mine, whether it's my socks or clothes, comes up missing. Comes up missing. And there's only a few select people that have access to the place where my things are coming up missing. You guys, they think that I'm crazy, and I'm not. It's just that there's a lot of people going through this, but they're not speaking on it because they don't want to look crazy. It is time that I have spoken up, because you guys, I got on here today like this because where my daughter has not been getting her sleep like that. She has not been getting her sleep. And where I'm at is I'm of course I'm around a lot of people that don't even care to believe in God. Now that I know, now that I'm at the level that I'm at, I can tell, I can feel. My daughter just barely went to sleep right now. She did not get any sleep last night, and I thought she went to sleep. She did not get any sleep last night. She just barely went to sleep. It is people that will rob you and your kid. If they cannot get to you anymore, they will rob your kid of their sleep. My daughter is being robbed of her sleep, and she's being robbed of so many things. There are people that stand outside my door listening to the words that I'm saying. They eavesdrop. It's a lot going on. You guys, if you are hurting and you don't know who to talk to, just speak out. There's somebody in this world that will help you get through whatever you're going through. They will lead you to the next person that will help you. I'm telling you right now, the things that I wanted to do with my daughter when I first got here, I've spoken those things to people that said that they were helping me. I've spoken these words, and ever since then, I had not started the stuff. There's people that are trying to control me in so many ways, you guys. It is so hurtful that when you are an earth angel and you are being treated like crap by people that you are supposed to help, and they do you how they do. They treat you with so much disrespect, and you give them chance after chance after chance, and they still don't accept it and respect you. You have no other choice but to turn your back and give them to God. That's what I've been doing with everybody, because you guys, I am tired. I have been going through this for years. Nobody cares. People that know of people doing this witchcraft on me, they continue to allow them to do it. But I tell you this, God is about to start revealing everybody that has a hand in it. He is revealing people. And it's going to be before the end of this year is over, there's going to be a lot of people in trouble. There's going to be people losing their businesses. There's going to be people losing service from their business. There's going to be people losing their vehicles. There's going to be people, the same thing that people have wanted me to lose, they are losing. They are losing. You cannot come up against a chosen or God's child in no way, shape, or form and think that you are going to get out of it. It is not possible. I'm just tired. I'm tired. But the thing is, since people can hear in the spirit, God gave people the gift to hear in the spirit and see in the spirit. So since people can hear, there's a lot of people that can. The ones that can't hear, they go get the ones that can see, and they group up together, and vice versa. They group up together so they can know. Believe it or not, I hear people. I can hear everybody. Especially if the person does not like me, God gave me that gift to see and the gift to hear. He gave me those gifts. So anyone that does not like me or that is plotting anything against me, he allows for me to hear them. He allows for me to hear them. That is another way that your discernment is built. And that is a way to keep yourself out of danger. Because when you can hear God and you can hear the people that are plotting and planning harm against you, you know what moves to make. I'm telling you, it's been so many people trying to bring harm to me, trying to kill me, trying to make me kill myself. And it's still going on. You don't understand how many people have been sending death spells to me. It's still going on. It's still going on. It's going to be a sad moment for a lot of people, because I'm one that can feel energies very, very, very well. And how many death spirits have been sent to me over the past 2 months? God is about to do his work. He's already confirmed it to me. He's even shown me the people. That's how close I am. That's how close I am with God. And you can even get close like that too. You just have to isolate yourself. The isolation period is going to be lonely, but it is going to be beneficial. It's going to be beneficial. Have you guys ever been around people that swear up and down and that they don't like you? They don't like you. They hate your guts, but they always try to make a way to be around you. I'm dealing with that as well. You guys, remind you, I have done nothing but helped out the people that have done me wrong in some way, shape, or form. I've helped them out. And that's how I know God has something for me. God has shown them. God only showed me like 1% of what he has for me, and that is marriage. So a lot of people have been, that's why I said a lot of people have been praying on my relationships. A lot of people have been praying on my finances. A lot of people have been praying on my health. Like a lot of people have been sending acne spirits and stuff, even to my daughter. It's getting that serious where they know that God has his hand over me and my daughter. He has his hand over us. Um, I don't even know. I just need some. I need somebody to point me in the right direction, because God is about to start revealing text messages. He's about to start revealing anybody and everybody that's had a hand in it. They're about to be in trouble. They're about to be revealed. God is about to show, and they're going to have to serve the time, whether it's jail time or whether it's God's time. They're going to have to serve it. And it doesn't matter if they even try to delete text messages. There's a way for people to go back in to look up so many things, video footage, text messages. It doesn't matter. But God is about to do what he's about to do. And it's Sunday today. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's Sunday. So I feel so much better that I got to let this out. And it's so much more. It's so much more. But I'm going to tell the rest of my testimony when it's time. When it's time for me to get that book or whatever published. When it's time for me to. When it's God gives me that time, then that's when the rest of my story is going to be told. But I at least had to get that part out. God bless you guys, and I hope this story touches someone. I hope someone is able to speak now instead of holding their emotions, holding their story in. I hope you're able to speak and let the world know, because if I like I said, if I'm going through this, I'm not the only one going through this. It's a lot of people going through this same thing. So speak how you feel, talk to somebody, let somebody know something. God bless, and I love you guys until next time.